Hi team, I'm here with some weekly housekeeping things, but this week we also, besides the boring housekeeping things, have some really exciting announcements. So watch the whole video. I'm saving the best parts for last. Quickly, I'll breeze through some of the housekeeping things. You guys are doing a great job with all the new rollouts. I mean, it's like everything is moving towards like shape in its place, and I really hope that you're seeing the benefit of that in it making your jobs easier. A couple reminders are that we want to always make sure there's a linen bag on the linen stand back by the dirty linen pickup area. And the reason we want to do that is because if there's linen in that area on the ground or not in a bag when they come, we could get fined for that. So we just want to make sure there is a bag there so that everybody can toss it in there. And I know that sometimes you've got polishing towels or something in an apron and then you go to leave for the night, so it also makes it easier for you to just toss it in there. We want to keep putting the servingware where we have to kind of keep it stored nice and tight, stocking the runner station, ramekins, all those good things where they go. You're doing an awesome job. After there's an event, if there's event servingware around, you've been doing a good job of like getting it onto a shelf or getting it stocked upstairs, so keep that up. Huge improvement in full hands out from the dish pit. And it is so great to walk by and see a stainless shelf that's been cleared of everything, and then to walk by the runner station or the hallway and see that it's fully stocked. So please keep that up and keep working as a team. Every time that you come off the floor, make sure you're coming back from the floor with full hands also. So I would say that's our next area that we could improve on. Is when you come back from the floor from running food, checking on a table, presetting a table, whatever it is, that you're grabbing an empty drink glass, that you're grabbing a sugar container they're not using anymore. Maybe they've pushed their menu to the corner of the table, and that we're always just pulling those things off so that they have a nice table that has exactly what they need and nothing more and nothing less, just keeping in line with that core tenet of our service standards, which is precision. Where the fancy chairs go. So we have some fancy chairs that have comfortable seats, and we put those as standard at table 502, table 503, and then there's one at table 102, table 103, and table 104. Then all 6 of the green chairs go at table 203. Those chairs, we just want them out there as much as possible. They warm up the room a little bit. They make it look nicer, a little more full, a little more plush, a little less cafeteria-like. They just kind of break up the look. And it is nice when we're seating elderly people to have that as an option for them to sit at. So just make sure that we're always putting those after we rearrange for a big party. They come back to the floor. What's the deal with the linen? I'm really sorry, guys. We are working on it. We have some meetings set up. We're trying to figure it out. It's not that we haven't increased our PARs. The linen situation's a little more complicated than that with the companies. I promise we're gonna fix it. So just trust us that we know it's a high priority, and we want to stock you for success. So we're gonna take care of it. Clear till the end. This kind of ties in with a full hands in and out. Until the end of the meal, we're always clearing. We're taking away what they don't need. You know, if they're done with their cocktail glasses, get them out of there. Done with dessert, get it out of there. Drop the check on a clean table. So ideally, when you're dropping the check, all you have is just the water glasses and the linens. They sign the check, they hop up, and that's all there is to bus. That totally changes. Lunch service is crazy sometimes. You know, pirates will come along and knock your boat out of its path to precision. But as long as we're still keeping the course, then overall we're going to be giving great service. So as we're walking around, we want to be checking the flower beds constantly and the little areas for trash on the ground. It's super blustery here, and things are always blowing around and getting out of order. So as well as you have your eyes on your tables and your guests' faces, also check the ground, make sure everything's clean, picked up, colored pencils, all that stuff. We have trays that are for crumbing and for offering for them to put their bones on. So that's what all those new silver trays are. Please don't use any glass plates for that. We want to minimize the amount of glass and porcelain and ceramics that we're using because it's more breakable. So as we're doing the crumbing and we're offering an extra thing for bones to go on, or shells if we ever have them in the future, just use those silver trays. And then I wanted to give you a reminder that if you see something, say something. We're very busy as managers, but also we're totally human. So we don't always see when we're out of stock on something, when we're getting low on stock, when something's broken, when something's kind of breaking. So there's a great whiteboard in the hallway now that you've seen where you can put if we might need to order something. Again, over communication is better because even if I have it already on order, I'm not offended by you telling me that we need it. And the new system is great because next to it I can put if it's ordered or shipped or back ordered or requested through financial process. So we'll just do a better job of that. If you notice we're out of linens, it's totally okay to over communicate, and managers just will accept that in, even if they've heard it 100 times, because it's better to hear it 100 than none. I wanted to leave all of you with a couple of fun announcements. This Saturday, Dane is competing in the World Mai Tai competition. We're going to wish him a lot of luck, cheer him on. We're going to win the world's best Mai Tai, and then we're going to have the world's best Mai Tai, and it's going to be awesome because people are going to come here for it, and that's really exciting. We have been, privileged enough to have a couple individuals within our team who are stepping into a new little path here of growth. So we're going to be bringing on Uwe as a front of house expediter. It's a new position we're developing with her, and before we roll it out, we're going to send out a video or an announcement to you guys to let you know exactly what that position might look like and how the duties are going to flow, so you kind of have like a good idea of what's going to happen before it happens. And then we're also really excited because Elsie and Megan are going to be lead hosts, and we have a great new candidate coming onto our team as a host manager. So her name is Anna. She's going to be a manager. She's going to focus a lot on the host stand, and I think that little grouping of Elsie and Megan and Anna together is just going to take our strategizing the flow of service, the flow to each server, the flow to each section, the flow to the back of house, and how our guests feel like they're hosted. It's just going to take all of it to like great heights, awesome levels, and I think that it's like a really exciting thing to have happening right now to get all this in place, because we're going to get crushed. We're going to be so busy during November and December and January and March, April, that to have all these things in place before that will be just setting ourselves up for a lot of success. So when you see them, tell them congratulations. Final thought for the week, just like we do in pre-shift, I just wanted to mention, we do these housekeeping videos so everyone's on the same page and has the info they need. I wanted to let you know that as your food and beverage director, and I'm supported in this by the general manager, we are not expecting perfection out of anybody. That's a really unreasonable request in any profession, and especially one where we're dealing with live people all the time. Guests who all have their own thoughts and feelings and opinions, and things come up in your own lives. And so what we are striving for is excellence, and that just means that every day you come to work wanting to do a little bit better than before, to be on the same page as everybody, to try and keep the standards of the Mill House. Danny Meyer, in this book, which I highly recommend, Setting the Table, he gives a great example where he says, I like to think of our staff members not as servers, but as surfers, which I think is a great example for Hawaii. Surfing is an arduous sport, and no one pursues it involuntarily. No one forces you to become a surfer, but if you choose to do it, there's no point in wasting energy trying to tame the ocean of its waves. Waves are like mistakes. You can count on the fact that there will always be another wave or another mistake. So your choice is to get back on the surfboard and anticipate it. The degree to which you ride it with better form than the next guy is how you improve and distinguish yourself. When he talks about the degree to which you ride it with better form than the next guy, I'm not necessarily poising that to you as how you are better than your colleagues. I'm hoping that you all hop on surfboards and ride them well next to each other, but it is what will set us apart from other restaurants, especially here on Maui, and it's what will make you successful in your positions here. So having reasonable expectations of coming to work and pursuing excellence every day, knowing that there's always going to be another wave to come. There's always going to be guests who are unsatisfied, unhappy. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to ring things in wrong. We might forget to do something. We might just get crushed at lunch out of nowhere and we never saw it coming, and the wave overwhelms all of us. We're all just going to hop back out on our surfboards together and keep riding the waves in. Keeping balanced form and, looking next to each other and realizing that we're all doing it together. So I'm leaving you with that thought. I hope to see a lot of improvement this week and to have another great week. We've got James and Toyga back joining us, full management team here to support you. Have a wonderful week.